following is a special presentation. From the Captain Esports Network.
This isn't just a game. This is iRacing. A track that a lot of people wish still had its configuration it had just a few years ago that we got to race. All those years of Atlanta Motor Speedway on the worn out surface. Now it's become a drafting super speedway, but the great thing about it is iRacing has kept the legacy track in play, and it's the host of race number 6 of the USORL Track and Turf Truck Series season as we welcome you to Throwback Night here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, the Legacy Night. It is what's the best way to explain this one? It's a race in a series that, well, these guys have some fun, kind of throw on their make-believe hats per se, and they come up with their random titles of race names and stuff. So this one's got a name that I'm not so sure I can really say correctly, but I'm going to do my best. Quenchohol Throwback Night here at Atlanta Motor Speedway as we get ready for race number 6 of the USORL Throwback, or Truck Series, I should say. Anyways, as we get ready to go racing here for 80 laps and just a little over 120 miles-ish or so of racing in race number 6 here tonight on this Thursday evening. Hopefully everybody's enjoying their night. Qualifying has already been completed, as unfortunately running a little late here tonight, but we're here and we're ready to go. Going to be a fun night of racing, and Atlanta's always produced some great truck racing. It's always produced great truck finishes in real life, and I think we're going to see more of the same here. And of course, it has been a two-person battle, basically. The first 5 weeks here that we've been on the air, of course, they've raced for 6 weeks, but it's been the Andrew Hennessy versus Eric Sable battle, with Sable getting, of course, the last one at Bristol Motor Speedway last week, but will tonight be different at Atlanta? We shall see. This is a driver's track. You're going to see drivers run from the bottom all the way to the top, and it's going to be a lot of fun here to watch, so hopefully stick around for all 80 laps of this race. Let's take a look at the point standings. As I mentioned, it's been Sable versus Hennessy. They've won all 5 races so far. Darren Ingram is kind of stuck in the middle there with 52 points. He's been Mr. Consistent as he and Sable have 5 top 10 finishes in the first 6 races of the season. But Darren is 52 points back. Andrew Hennessy 61 back. Luke Smith and Garrett Sidnor is 65 points back there in the top 5. And as you see, 20 drivers there on the playoff grid. And there will be a playoff system, of course, in play throughout as we look at the schedule now. Now, this is the updated schedule from last, after the mishap that happened after the week off and the Phoenix race. Of course, tonight, Atlanta Motor Speedway was supposed to be Phoenix, but unfortunately, everything got pushed back a week. So next week will be Phoenix, Watkins Glen, Pocono, and Homestead. So 5 races left after tonight to decide the playoffs, and then a 3-race stretch for round 1, and then round 2, and then the finale there at Nashville Super Speedway. And for those watching tonight, yes, this is the last of the broadcast that is here on the Captain Esports Network before other networks will take over, because I actually have a prior engagement that I will be taking care of on Thursday night. So just obviously wish those guys the best, but we're going to make tonight fun first before we go that route. So again, appreciate everybody for hanging out. Some warm-up going on right now. Steven Merzlak is up there at the top right now, 31.67. This is one of the rare practice sessions where we do not see Andrew Hennessy or Eric Sable up there at the top of the standings. Matter of fact, as I took a quick peek in practice as I got into the room, I noticed that that had not been the case. So very interesting. I think we're going to see a good little mix of drivers competing here tonight when it's all said and done for a race win here this evening at this Legacy Atlanta Motor Speedway. So we got about 2 minutes to go. Let's step away. We'll go trackside from the national anthem, and we come back. We go racing for 80 laps here at Atlanta.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, back we get ready for the 80 laps of racing here from the Legacy Atlanta Motor Speedway in this USORL Track and Turf Truck Series season. The Quenchohol Throwback Night here at... I almost pause every time I say it because it's like... I can't really say I know that term. Somebody actually explained it last week to me what it means, but I've never heard the word before. I don't know if it's a I'm just old or what the deal is. But either way, we got a good group of racers ready to go here tonight as we take a look at the starting lineup from the ATL. Eric Sable on the pole alongside Steven Merzlak there in row 1. Row 2 is JJ Moore, Andrew Hennessy. There's your one of the two drivers that's been up there at the top of the points throughout. For Sable up there on the pole, Hennessy right there in 4th. Alexander Gonzalez-Green there in row 3. Justin Krasinski in row 3 also there. Scott Fleener, Garrett Sidnor, Kerry Rogers, Cal Lovall, Hong Do and Austin Hakes there in row number 6. Row 7 is Michael Murata and Luke Smith, Davey Hendricks and Cam Barnes, Davey Hazard, Darren Ingram in row 9. Kendorian Davis, who is going to start there in the 19th position. RSJ, Ricky Sisk Jr. in 20th. Jason Christian and Jacob Bradford. Joseph Weaver there in row number 12 alongside, I jumped ahead of myself, Blake Beacon. Adam Hoagland and Noah Joyce there in row 13. Hen Bordeaux and Sean Gus. In row 14, Ethan Hallis, Jace Nelson, Thomas Stanley, and Colby Martin there. Row 16, row 17, Zach Krastowski and Colby Martin. Dewey Stram the third, they're going to start 34th. What happens when I try to multitask? Tyler Stallhood and Daryl Harris in row 18. In the final row, Austin Spencer and Jay Tway not going to race tonight. Just ran some laps there in practice. He'll be hanging out in chat here this evening. Race information here tonight. It is 80 laps as mentioned, 72% humidity, clear skies, and 8-mile-an-hour winds. As mentioned, the league presented by Track and Turf. As we get ready to go racing, as per usual, a packed house in the ATL, ready to go racing on the legacy version of Atlanta Motor Speedway. Sit back, enjoy some truck action. It's Thursday night, and we got spinning of the tires up front. And we got some cars off track. We got a fire drill or something going on, and caution's going to come out just like that. As apparently the one thing they didn't get a chance to do was practice starting. So caution going to come out. And that started right up at the front with Steven Merzlach. And just like that, caution waves. So now, here's the interesting part. There is a glitch in iRacing. For those who have never known this, it is a glitch that I've been a victim of many times. And it's one that's been around for a very long time. It is a glitch that happens anytime in a race that a caution is thrown, especially at the start of the race. A caution comes out before the field crosses the start-finish line, or anybody does. That what will happen is the pace car will be ahead of them, and they'll be a lap down. So we'll have to see if that gets caught on anybody here. But let's see what happens here. Like I said, this started right up front. Basically, as soon as Sable took off and took the green flag here, you're going to see the 9 jump out of shape here. And you're going to see trucks go everywhere. There's too many trucks to see who got involved there. No. That right there is the Ethan Hallis truck. Looks like Thomas Stanley involved there in that 98 truck. See if we can find out who else was in this potentially. I'll just read off the trucks that I know went off track. Looks like Ho Long Do went off the track there. Michael Morata, Scott Fleener, Davey Hendricks, Joseph Weaver, Davey Hazard. Looks like Davis going off track also there, but caution out here on lap number 1. As things escalate kind of quickly. And it wouldn't be a good night if everybody didn't have issues. As I look over at my timing and scoring, I've noticed that my logos have decided to disappear. Somebody pranking me or something here. So give me a second here. We're going to fix that real quick while we're in the caution. But usually my logo sits over on the left side of the screen there. The good news here is I use SDKs. I can kind of go over here on my other screen and try to fix it real quick. So it's going to be a quickie yellow. It looks like everybody got across the line, so that's good news. So we didn't have that glitch happen. That's always a fun one to try to fix. The caution out here for the first time. What it is you got a worn out surface here. You got a track that was paved in 1997 when it was reconfigured. It had not been touched since. Now, granted, this configuration and this track on iRacing was scanned, I think, somewhere around 2009, somewhere in that range. So it's not as old as, say, it would be right now. But when you got trucks with this horsepower, colder tires, rubber on the track, and a worn out surface, you're going to spin the tires. Wait till they're older tires later. As pace truck going to pull off here, lap number 4, Eric Sable leading. And you look at, oh, never mind, pace truck's gonna hold up a lap. Just kidding. I'm actually gonna mute my mic for a quick second so I can fix this issue. Back green we go. Lap number 6 as Sable taking off up there at the front. JJ Moore, Alex Gonzalez, and Andrew Hennessy are top 4. They work their way down the back straightaway here into turn 3 and 4. You see a lot of throwback paints here tonight. A lot of ones that I'll have to catch up on here a little bit and see if I can show some. You see a Motorola truck. There's the Jordan Brand number 54. It's back here. Darren Ingram, Kerry Rogers, Cal Lovall, and Luke Smith. These guys back here. Again, you're going to see trucks all over the place from the bottom to the top. It's the way they like to run this 1.54 mile D-shaped oval. There's the, is that a David Rudiman Domino's Pizza throwback there in a 44 car? If so, maybe Hendricks riding that car back there, kind of, or truck, I should say. Of course, our cameras tonight presented by TrackCams22.com. You check them out online on Facebook and the iRacing forums at TrackCams22.com. Appreciate all the hard work that It's Fan has done. Even here he's been doing some streaming himself there, which is kind of cool to read. So saw that in the iRacing forums. Guy worked so hard, he deserves to have some fun. And, everybody right down there in the bottom. I see an old, somebody's trying to throw me on that one. The old 26 Dr. Pepper paint scheme right there. If I remember correctly, that was a Bobby Hamilton Jr.? I remember that one. Like, part of me is telling me Lyndon Amick too, but I don't think he drove the 26 car if I can remember correctly. One truck almost bouncing off the wall there. As Sable leads already by 0.7 of a second. More there in second. Hennessy's moved to third. As he's passed the one truck there, and Hennessy driving the blue and green 94 truck. That one right there behind him of Alex Gonzalez Green. Kind of a cool looking slick black, gold, and white truck there. I like that. Georgia Peanuts, number 34 of Garrett Sidnor. Of course, that Front Row Motorsports team. It's caution going to come out for the second time. And there's some trucks in the back. And it looks like Kobe Martin in the 96 has gone around. And second truck, their second caution going to come out here. or the Truck Series. And let's see if we can find what happened here to bring out that second yellow. Martin back here with that 17 truck of Jacob Trent Bradford and Hen Bordeaux. That 26, there's the 81. And it looks like they're going to come together, unfortunately. 81 and 26. Sean Gus into the wall with the 96 truck. See if we can get a better view of this. Yeah, it looks like 81 just gets a little free up there at the top of the track and turns to 96, unfortunately. So 2 trucks involved in this one. And this Quenchohol throwback night here at Atlanta, bringing out the second caution. There we go. All right. Pardon the pardon the technical difficulties that have happened here so far. 14 laps in. Sables led them all here so far. I appreciate all the viewers hanging out here this evening. Hopefully you're enjoying your Thursday night. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you're not new, we appreciate you coming and hanging out with us on this final night of the Captain broadcasting of the USORL. Again, this is one of those things where I wanted to help out. Davey and the guys did. These guys have been great to work with and have fun with, and appreciate all their support. As they brought in some new viewers and stuff throughout. And it's been a lot of fun to get to know these guys. A lot of them I don't know. So Thomas Stanley, Sean Gus, those guys coming to pit road. But needless to say, it's been a fun group, and I wish nothing but the best to them. And hopefully we'll be able to do some more broadcasts down the road once the schedule opens up. I know this is it for tonight. And then, of course, Sunday and Monday I have a broadcast. And then after that, I'm off for a week, for the rest of the week. And then we come back, and it is full-fledged. I'm on the air almost every night again for a little bit. So looking forward to it. And hopefully you guys tag along and yeah, looking forward to the future and looking forward to, who knows, you might even see me jump into a Saturday night broadcast with these guys. They do their Cup Series. If they ever need me or whatever and I'm around, yeah, you just never know. So the pace lights are out. We're going to line them up 2 by 2. Been noticing some frame issues too, so bear with me on that. Not sure what's causing that to happen. So if you're noticing some lag or a little bit or something like that, gonna work on that there for you and get that fixed. All right, so Sable Moore, Hennessy, Gonzalez Green, and Garrett Sidnor, your top 5. Justin Krasinski, Austin Hakes, Darren Ingram, Davey Hendricks, and Davey Hazard. Spelled differently, by the way. Running in the top 10. Right in that window about where you can almost make it on fuel to the finish of this race, but obviously with the tire wear and stuff and potential more yellows, we shall see if that will be needed as they come back to the start-finish line, and green flag going to come back out. Sable on the loud pedal real quickly. Again, got to be very careful not to spin the tires here as they go through turn 1 and 2. Only 24 degrees of banking. Of course, one of the improvements on this track, I say improvements, one of the changes was them going from 24 degrees of banking to 28 degrees in the new Super Speedway. 3 and 4 is the first battle. Is for second and third here is move Hennessy up to second. As Moore and Gonzalez Green get a battle now for third into turn 1. Now you see Hennessy climbing up to the top of the track there. Gonzalez Green middle. That one truck of, I should say Gonzalez Green's at the bottom. With Moore there in the middle in that 76. Yeah, it's Toyota character on that truck. Yep, sure is. Scattered back here, looks like 2 and 3 wide. Steven Merzlak, one of the faster trucks in practice, started outside pole in that Tyler Reddick throwback, that 9 truck, old draw tight Ford, has fallen back to the 14th position after the start of this race. And there's that 51, a very familiar 51 truck. It's the old James Finch throwback, if you will, Blake Viken, after the old as he's up in the wall now, the looks like a old Mississippi, I think it was called, wasn't it? The I should know this being from Florida originally. The old gaming and casino place that sits down towards Miami on the Indian reservation. The tribes that are down in that area. I think it was Mississippi or Miccosukee or something like that. Jacob Trent Bradford there behind him in the 17 truck. Noah Joyce and Noel Hoang Do, I should say, there in that white number 06 truck. The 32 trucks on the lead lap here. If 5 of them a lap down, or 4 of them a lap down. One is actually 2 laps down. Being Scott Fleener's drive with J.J. Moore here, 3rd position. Handling going to play a big role in this race. These trucks already have had a lot of aero changes with updates that have happened on iRacing of recently. More aero dependent than they used to be. These guys got to be very careful not to get themselves into trouble or have contact with other trucks. As you watch Sid Norbano for the 6th position, that 2 truck, that is Davey Hazard. Davey in a Penske truck rental paint. Sidnor gets a little loose, and here comes Davey Hendricks. So unfortunately, Sidnor is in a Davey battle. Darren Ingram back there in the 54, the 23 coming through there, or 28, I should say, of Austin Hakes. That yellow and red truck right there behind them. As up front, battle for the lead. Sable falling into the clutches of Hennessy. One thing about this track at Atlanta, it seems to always do this in real life. When it was around 2, you'd have this yo-yo effect. You'd get the trucks and cars all spread out, and then all of a sudden they'd come back together, like an accordion almost. The way the draft and the handling and stuff. They settled out there for just a quick minute, and let's go back here. Michael Morata in that 62 truck, that Dr. Pepper, as I mentioned. That 51 of Blake Vinken, and there's the 31 truck of Noah Joyce. give a shout out to MC Racing Fort Wayne here that is watching. He's been sharing the word of iRacing to everybody and sharing the word about the Captain Esports Network. So I want to make sure that you guys get a chance to check out MC Racing if you come to the Fort Wayne area for some events. If you're heading down to like Eldora, you got to go right through Fort Wayne most likely if you're coming from like Michigan or even from the west or whatever. Or if you're heading to like Anderson or somewhere for like some short track racing, or even Indianapolis Speedway, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, make the trek up here to Fort Wayne to check out mcracing.com. Some great simulators and more. You can go racing on iRacing or any other sim and check out some really cool simulators from MC Racing. Make sure you check him out downtown Fort Wayne. Appreciate his support. Mark does a great job over there with the couple simulators he has, and like I said, I jumped on one a couple weeks ago when I went over there, and I was like, man, this is really cool for a guy that doesn't race any kind of force feedback on an old wheel. It step your game up a little bit. And there's actually some iRacers that go in there throughout the week and run some some official sessions. I tell you, it's kind of cool. Let's go up here, a battle for third, as Alex Gonzalez Green has the 2 truck of Davey Hazard up there at the top, and the 05 truck of Justin Krasinski. This is third, fourth, and fifth for Davey. Started 16th and has already worked his way up to the 4th position, so he's got that middle groove looking pretty good here. Just hope he's not burning his tires off running too hard here. And we got this mess back here. Adam Hoagland there at 16. Oh, contact with the 62 is going to knock him up the track a little bit. Everybody's got to scatter again, trying to hold on. Darrell Harris there in the 91, back there in that white, blue, and red truck that's sliding up in 3 and 4 there, up towards the fence. As J.J. Moore is all of a sudden falling back. Not sure what has happened with the 70. I see some damage on the left rear. J.J. Moore is free falling all the way back to the 16th position. Make that 70. Yeah, you can see the damage on that left rear. I'm not sure if that's playing a role. It's got to be hurting the handling of that truck a little bit or something. And he's going to come to the pit road. Here comes JJ now. Locks it down. 45 mile an hour, I believe, is the speed limit. No, I'm not sure if this is a scheduled pit stop, but definitely some damage. Let's see if he, how long he's on pit road for, and hopefully he can get back out there real quick. If so, he might be able to cycle himself back around if we stay green here and everybody can get the pit road. As let's check out this battle here. This is the 54 of Darren Ingram was trying to get around Austin Hakes, lost the momentum, and now Steven Merzlak trying his inside. You notice as longer this run goes, the wider the top side is getting. It's getting up towards the fence almost now. Moore with a 14.7 second pit stop there, so he's got 4 fresh tires. Not sure what other adjustments. Obviously a fixed setup, you can't make much, but if there was damage, he got that fixed and moved on from there. 3 wide. That 7 truck at Cam Barnes, the Fraternal Order of Eagles, which is interesting because the announcement today of Corey LaJoy not coming back to Spire this season has all of a sudden brought in rumors. You know, one of them I heard was, well, the guy that originally and has won the only race ever at Spire Motorsports in the Cup Series, Justin Haley. Potentially. Which I found interesting. Austin Spencer's going to come to pit road. So here comes the Cooper Standard number 13. That's a throwback to Ryan Blaney / Austin Terrio as he completely misses his pit stall. and has to get it back in gear, and that's going to really hurt him when you start last in a race. That one you got to pay attention to is your pit stall coming early. Justin Krasinski's going to come to pit road. And cystic fibrosis number 05. Got Daryl Harris coming into pit road. Jacob Trent Bradford on pit road. Dewey Schramm the thirds on pit road. A lot of trucks coming to pit road here on lap 35. Could be 4 tires and fuel. And oh, look at this. I love throwback races for the sake of people try to throw me off with their paint schemes. And I see this 02 truck. And what do I see? I see the old Bell South Mobility number 42 of Joe Nemechek. Or Kenny Irwin. The elite Kenny Irwin Jr. This is back around the 17th and 18th position. Luke Smith there in that 39. And that 02 truck, that is Jason Christian, who's going to get put 3 wide as here comes the fresh tires of J.J. Moore coming through. As we got battles everywhere right now. That Sarah Lee, number 23 of Austin, or 28 of Austin Hakes, as here come the leaders to pit road. Sable and Hennessy gonna lock it down. Here comes the 44 out in the grass a little bit. The 54 locks them up. Everybody's locking them up at lap 37 as everybody comes in. Well, I mentioned earlier, it didn't go 60 laps. Nobody's trying to go that far. More tires and fuel and everybody pulls away. As more trucks. Here comes the one of Gonzalez Green, Davey Hazard, Austin Hakes, Merzlach, Hong Do, Kendorian Davis. Whole lot of trucks. Do not want to make a mistake on this pit road. See a lot of people doing it on entry. As everybody pulls away, 14, 15-second stops as Sidnor comes down pit road along with Kerry Rogers. So that leaves the guys that pitted under the earlier cautions as the leaders now. And that'll be with Cam Barnes, the 7 truck, who's on the back straightaway right now, leading this race as 36 overshoots his pit stall in that Motorola number 36. As already hitting the halfway point, Cam Barnes going to lead it. And you see the fresh tires, how fresh they are and how good they look. As they make the 7 truck look parked. That's actually going to be a battle for 9th as Hennessy trying to get around Sable. This could be a battle for the eventual lead if this stays green. He got around him. Andrew trying to get back to Sable after what happened last week where Hennessy dominated at Bristol. But then Sable got him on a late restart, was able to grab the lead and win the race. These two right here have won all 5 of the races so far, and they're looking to go 6 for 6. Yes, he's going to clear him off the corner here, I think. Sue Sable can put some air on his left rear, not able to do so yet. already 37 laps to go as Sable pushes up, gets a little free right there. And that does allow Hennessy to clear him officially for the lead here, but this battle is not over yet. And speaking of battles here, second, third, fourth, all right here under a blanket with Ethan Hallis, Cal Lovell, Luke Smith. These guys have stayed out. The 15, that mellow yellow throwback there of Kyle Petty's. Let's see what we got here. Got that K&N car. That's an old, I know it's like the old K&N E series paint schemes. And you see the trucks with the fresher tires. This gets really tough here because now you got to stay focused on that. You got the F3 button, which of course throws up your relative and who's around you. And you got to know who's on tires and who isn't, because people are going to go blowing past you. And if you don't pay attention, you are going to take one of them out or you're going to get taken out. And it can get very tricky here. The best thing you can do, hold your lane. And just be prepared to be surprised when somebody goes flying past you. Right here, for example, look at that truck there in the middle. That is Davis. As Thomas Stanley's jumped to the pits, going to take his truck behind the wall. Unfortunate break there. Here's Kendorian trying to get around to 15, and then there's the Purple Frog Sim Sport number 39 truck. So obviously the question here, when do these guys go to pit road, as they're obviously trying to use the pit strategy to their advantage here with getting a few more laps out of these tires. As we are 47 laps in. It's Quenchohol Throwback night. I want to check back to something really quickly. I thought somebody had proved the definition to me of what it meant, but I forget exactly what that term means. As Hallis is going to come to pit road to 15. That's at lap 49, so we got 31 laps to go. As you see, it is the 7 truck of Cam Barnes running laps of 34.2. He is, what, 2.25 seconds or so slower than his fastest lap. Eric Sable's back there. Caution! Oh, this changes the race. Davey Hendricks. Oh, look out, everybody. Oh, this has flipped this race a little bit. As Hendricks brings out the caution. And let's hope the Domino still has their Pizza's insurance deal that they had about a year or so ago. As the caution comes out a third time. I think Darren Ingram was involved also. Maybe. And if so, that could break his top 5 streak. We'll have to see what happened to the 44. Maybe he wasn't involved. Maybe something else was going on there, but I saw he had an off-track issue. As Viken gets a little free. Hazard gets in the outside wall, and then the 51 just loses it. Oh, and a hard impact there in a spot you do not want to hit the wall at. Oh, and another truck's come. Oh, and that's where you saw the 54 go sliding into turn 1. Now, these trucks do have a reset to use, so they can get damage fixed. We'll come back to that replay. That was that's an area you do not want to hit the wall at. As Lovell and others on pit road, and these guys are going to take advantage of the track position they just gained to be able to take 4 tires and fuel here. Sable and those guys unfortunately going to lose out a little bit here as Wurzlak has an issue trying to get into his pit stall. As race off pit road goes to the 7 at Cam Barnes. All right, let's go back to the wreck here. Just looked like the 51 just got loose going through the quad oval. Maybe he got spooked a little bit by Hazard being on his top side there for a second. Yeah, it looked like maybe he was just trying to stay out there. There might have been contact there. Who knows? But there's a lick. But then you're going to see the 54 come sliding in here, right here in this blue truck. Locks up the brakes. He goes spitting, trying not to hit a truck on his inside. Get one more look at this. From the crash cam. Ooh, you see Blake gets loose there. And he just loses the back end. Oh, 54. Hey, there's a reminder, by the way. These trucks do blow over. You saw the 44 lift a little bit there. I totally forgot about that. It looks like no other trucks involved, which is some good news. All right, so caution waves here for the 3rd time, lap 52. Gives us a chance to remind you, 40 Racewear has your shoes and gloves and other iRacing needs. You want to enhance your performance out there on the track, check out 40racewear.com, and you can have some racing shoes and gloves to help you out, especially in the future events that happen. If you had them this weekend for the Brickyard that they ran on iRacing, and of course the Spa 24 race. And you got future races and more. They're very comfortable. The captain has them, and you can too. Make sure you check out 40racewear.com. All right, getting ready to go green. And lap number 54. 36 laps to go as we get ready to go green. And it's that time for you guys to, well, let's turn it up one last time, shall we? Enjoy the sounds of the trucks here at Atlanta. right on the screen there. You see the 7 get turned. That escalated quickly. Off turn 2, the leader gets turned and the caution comes out. I was enjoying the sounds, and all of a sudden I see the 7 get turned right in front of the camera. And that could have been a lot bigger a wreck than it really was. What happened here? Sable pushing the 7. Let's see. 5 of Lovall there on his outside. They made contact. Sable and the 7 do. And the 5 gets turned also, so out of second truck in there. I think Hennessy got some damage. Get a better camera of this. Sable gets a run. He's at his quarter. I mean, barely at his corner, and they just come together. Add Hennessy to it. You see the 5 get turned, almost goes over. With Cam here is Sable's right on his right rear. It's so hard to tell there, and you just around he goes. And good job to lock it down by Barnes. Good news again, they got resets so they can go use them, as the 23 car is now in the lead with 23 to go. Alexander Gonzalez Green there, third. Fourth now, Luke Smith, Justin Grzinski going to be your top 5. Looks like a few trucks coming to pit road maybe to get some damage fixed, or they could be putting some tires on here. All right, so we should get one to go this time, I think. Yep, one to go. Lights are off. 21 laps to go. The racing, I think, really going to start to pick up here soon. And just looking back at some of those trucks that came to pit road under this caution, it looks like we did have some trucks take tires here. So this could get very interesting if these guys can work their way up through the field. As we come to the green flag, Sable, Hennessy, Gonzalez, Green, Smith, Krasinski are top 5. Sable gets a good restart here. 20 laps to go. Oh, the 7 of Barnes up in the outside wall. Not sure if he spun the tires or having some kind of issue. But he gets out of the way of everybody. And it looks like we're clean and green. Tough break there for the 7. Just went from leading the race, unfortunately, a destroyed truck, to having more issues. Oh, and in the wall goes the 76 or more, and this is going to be a big wreck. Oh my gosh, pile up, backstretch. $99 involved, 49, 18, 1, 31, add the 4 in there. This front fender don't want to stay still. I mean, everybody involved here. Started with, looked like JJ Morgan hooked. Let's see, Moore goes up the middle. They're splitting the RCA number. Oh yeah, and they have contact with the 3, the 1. Nice job by Davey Hendricks to miss that. The 02, I think, gets through there. I mean, you got trucks just stopping. Going from the blimp. I'll add the 2 of Hazard in there, the 62, the 51 of Beacon. The 3 goes piling into the back of the 6. Who's that guy? 99 comes flying in there. To get a good view on this one. Let's go on board Adam Hoagland. Wreck's going to happen right up there at the top of the screen. Oh, no. Dewey. We rammed the 3rd in the 6 truck here. He locks it down. There's the 99 flying in there. He just slowly maneuvers his way around it. There's 16 laps to go, and look who leads. Andrew Hennessy now. Could this be the revenge race for the 94? That took out a lot of people. Hey, appreciate all the viewers, by the way, who've hung out here and watched tonight. As always, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you're not new, we appreciate you hanging out. And hopefully we'll see you again later on this weekend, Sunday night. Next broadcast we'll have. But obviously, got to get to finish the last 15 laps of this one here from Atlanta, virtually on iRacing, the Legacy Edition. A Quenchohol Throwback Night. As we'll get the green here, 14 laps to go after a pretty big pileup. Trucks off the track, Thomas Stanley, Sean Gus, Adam Hoagland, Davey Hazard, unfortunately. Everybody else still on track, though, with damage or with a reset there as we come back to the green. As Hennessy leads Sable. Who's going to pull this one out in Atlanta? Mid-age with the, quote, the old Larry Mack. Pull them belts together one more time. Of course, Hazard watching, probably not in the best of moods. Unfortunately, taken out tonight. Not good luck there. J34 ever. Of course, that being Jay Tway watching in chat. Gray watching. Jesse Wynn, hope you feel better, buddy. I saw your message up there at the top earlier. As Hennessy leads. And he's got Sable all over him. Gonzalez Green, fastest lap of the race that time by 31.50 in that one truck. And a lot of that with that draft, but hey, you got the tires right now probably about its freshest or close to it. And you've got the 9 who's all of a sudden back in the picture of Merzlak, the 05 of Krasinski. Darren Ingram back up into the top 10. Can't really hold back now, 10 to go. Next time by. As look at the 1 to the bottom. He's making the bottom work. Of course, that's the shortest way around. Ooh, Sable getting a little loose. I mean, one almost Harvicking down there. So clear him. Can he slide up on him? Oh! Sable fighting that wheel off the 4. I've not been here long enough to know if Gonzalez Green, if this is his first start, like a newcomer to the league, or his first start this season, but this one truck has looked good. I think Sable's fallen back to at least 5th. Merzlak goes by, longer Krasinski, and now Austin Hanks coming up to him. Luke Smith trying to clear him now. All of a sudden, you wonder if the 23 hurt his tires a little bit. They're getting loose a couple times. 7 to go. A lot of trucks off the pace. That's where you're seeing all these pit stops happening from either damage or blown motors or stuff. But Alexander Gonzalez Green battling for the lead here with Hennessy. Six laps to go. Sable back there with Austin Hakes now. Sidnor coming into the picture. So is Luke Smith, as mentioned. Sable must have really hurt that left rear tire or something. That truck not handling it all now. And look at this for second. Brzezinski giving a run for his money there for second. Unfortunately, he falls back to third. As Hennessy 2/10 up right now, trying to get away from these guys. Oh, into the wall goes the 1. The 05 had to get out of it. And here comes Merzlak now. That might have been the break Hennessy needed. Oh, Merzlak is loose off of contact. Oh, he's trying to save it. He does. What a job by both of those drivers. As Sidnor back into this battle now for third. Hennessy and Gonzalez Green are gone. That was a great save by Merzlak. I mean, he needed every part of that track. With 2 to go now. As now Merzlak starts to fall back. As Hennessy sees the white flag. Does Gonzalez Green have anything for him? As we got trucks wrecking in the back. Cam Barnes is spun at the start-finish line. Gonzalez Green trying to get to him. It will not happen. As Hennessy gets revenge and wins at Atlanta after his heartbreak in Bristol. And one truck just catapulted into the fence. Gonzalez Green ends up second, Sidnor third. Brzezinski and Haynes, your top 5. as Hennessy parks it there at the start. Let's see what happens on the final lap. When that could off the 13.7 is Lou. Oh boy. Yeah, that's a lick. Oh, that's another lick. Oh, that's another lick. Colby Martin, I think, had some issues in the end. For him. There he is. Now he's parked over in turn 1, so. Obviously, coming to the finish, as he takes a win, I think that's piled it off in here. We take a look at the final results. Hennessy wins it by 2/10 over Gonzalez Green, who made a valiant effort. Unfortunately, falls up a little short. Sidnor third. Brzezinski fourth, and Hanks finishes fifth. Merzlak, Luke Smith, Eric Sable finishes eighth. That's his worst finish of the season so far. That's how good he's been. Darren Ingram ninth, Davey Hendricks 10th, Ethan Hallis 11th, Juan Bill 12th, Michael Murata 13th, Austin Spencer 14th, and Jason Nelson with a top 15 finish. 16th goes to Blake Viken, Ken Bordeaux 17th, Jason Christian 18th, Ken Dorian Davis 19th, and Daryl Harris 20th, Martin Barnes Rogers, Louis Schramm the 3rd, 23rd or 24th, Ricky Sisk Jr. 25th, Jacob Bradford, Zach Kristowski, Cal Lovall, Joseph Weaver, Fleener, Stallhood, Joyce Moore, Gus, and Hazard 35th, Hoagland and Stanley are 36th and 37th place finishers. 94 burns her down. Go down to talk to the drivers. And finished in the top 3 in this race. Start with Garrett Sidnor, who finishes in the 3rd position tonight. Garrett, obviously a fantastic effort there and a great race. Obviously putting that Georgia Peanuts truck up there in the 3rd position and getting a good finish here tonight.
Really thought we were about a 5th place truck at best there, but kind of rolled the dice there at the end, come down and get tires there on that last stop, and kind of drove through the field very efficiently and was able to get to 3rd. Maybe if I was a little further up on that restart, could have had something for the leaders with the fresher tires, but who knows. So
yeah, obviously a tough race, and like you mentioned, you and Justin, it looks like, and Luke, you guys came in and got tires there at the lap 81 caution, and took advantage of that later on into the run, and able to gain those positions. But talk about the racing, because obviously you saw that old tradition Atlanta racing.
yeah, it was very fun. You could use multiple lines. I mean, at the start of the run, I felt like that you could rip the top very well, and then you almost could run 2 different lines, you know, every lap and in both set of the ends of corners, and it was pretty fun to be able to do that, even with the tires wearing off like 2.5 to 3 seconds almost there at the end of that long run at the first half of the race. But yeah, really fun. I felt like we were really together as a group up front. You know, the first couple of races on the year, we've had somebody usually dominate or pull away, but we had a good, decent group up there at the finish and all night, really.
Well, great job tonight. Congratulations, and send some shout outs to whoever you like to.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to thank the JPR people of John Peterson and Ray Tustin. Those guys bring me beautiful paint schemes every week. And obviously Georgia Peanuts on the truck this week, Forest Glory Art Photography, and all the Front Row Motorsport sponsors that I like to put on my trucks every week. So, yeah, appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Great job tonight, and congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yes, sir. That's Garrett Sidnor finishing in the 3rd position tonight. Congratulations to him, and unfortunately, I don't remember what channel I dragged him from, so he's going down here. And we'll talk to our 2nd place finisher here tonight. If he's in Discord, that's a great question. I've never talked to this gentleman before, so this might be a new one. I do not see Alexander Gonzalez Green. So, see if he pops up. Otherwise, let's go ahead and talk to our winner here tonight. Andrew Hennessy continues the streak of Hennessy and Sable winning every race so far this season as he picks up his second win. Obviously, does this kind of make that race last week at Bristol feel a little bit better?
No,
Fair
not
enough.
at all. I'm still hurt by that.
That's fair. Well,
But yeah, this was a really fun race. I had a really good time this race.
we'll talk about the battling because you and obviously Eric had the fight again, and it looked like Eric obviously got a little bit of a slide job thrown on him by the one. And it looked like just getting loose a little bit. It looked like he just torched his tires and went backwards.
Yeah, not sure what happened. He might have. I think he had some left rear damage. I
Okay.
thought he was going to be okay, but I'm not sure that affected him the last part of the race. It seemed like I got by him a lot easier than when I was trying earlier in the race, so that probably had something to do with it. But yeah, it was incredibly hard to pass the leader. Just the clean air was crazy good here.
Yeah,
I feel like you'd be able to pass like deeper in the pack, but like
Mm-hmm.
up in the lead was incredibly hard.
Yeah, I was going to say, obviously, it's one of the first races I've watched on this old Atlanta track, which obviously you can go from bottom all the way to top and run whatever lane you want to. And I was kind of curious to see how it would be with the leader, and just looked like the clean air was that much more dominant.
Yeah, when I was running second, I mostly was just trying to run whatever opposite lane he was running
Right.
just to get clean air on my nose, which was helping. I almost got by him a few times because they were side by side, but just the outside lane with the run, just if you defend the outside, it was basically impossible to get by him unless he would make a mistake, which he's probably not going to. So, but it was a lot of fun. I like being able to run multiple lines, not just sitting behind somebody. It's at least it at least gives you like the thought that you're going to be able to pass, maybe.
Well, if there's any more positive outside of the fact you did get your second win tonight, is you now have a better average finish, I believe, now, with Sable finishing 8th tonight in the race. So I think I have to remember. I'm trying to remember.
I finished like dead last at Daytona.
Oh,
so
never
I got
mind.
that.
Yeah, never mind. He's got you beat on that one. So I'll take that whole
Yeah.
comment back. But yeah, hey, congratulations, and send some shout outs to who you like to, bud.
Yeah, you for broadcasting. Your broadcasts are really good. The admins in this league for putting up the league and doing the races every week. Everyone who comes out of the race, and Kevin James, who helped me win tonight with his mellow yellow he was holding on the back of it.
I was trying to get a photo of like, what has he got in the back there? I couldn't tell, but I couldn't get the angle to work out either to get the photo. But it's nice to have the one season of that Kevin James racing show on Netflix that did not make it. So obviously, good job on going to victory lane now.
Thank you.
You too, buddy. That is Andrew Hennessy, the winner tonight, second win of the season. And as you heard in him say, that Bristol race still kind of stings him a little bit there, and totally understandable. But congratulations on the win here tonight. Still trying to see if we're going to get Alexander Gonzalez Green in here, but I do not see him in Discord still, so it doesn't look like we're going to get a word with him. So let's, is Justin here? Might be able to get the 4th place finish. He is not. So unfortunate for him. But, man, what a race it was. Fun Atlanta race as always. And definitely appreciate everybody for hanging out and watching the race. Definitely saw the action that you usually see at Atlanta Motor Speedway, the old version. That's why people miss this version even after 2 years. And I think eventually it will get back to this version, but it just might be a little different come the higher banking and stuff once this track wears back out again. So we'll have to see what happens here in a couple of years. But right now we got what we got. And yeah. With that said, big shout out to obviously Davey Hazard and everybody here from the USORL for allowing me to be a part of these what ended up being 5 weeks of racing. We were going to try to get 6, but obviously that curveball with Phoenix got thrown in with that week issue, and we only got 5 races out of it. But hey, it's all good, and obviously all the best to these guys in this series. I'll try to check in when I can. Obviously, next week I won't have anything going on because I'm actually out of town, but then the following week we'll be on the air Thursday nights, and who knows, maybe that will get done and I'll peek over and see what's going on in this series when I get a chance after that. But obviously all the best to those guys as they worked their quest to Nashville Super Speedway here at the end of the season to see who can win this truck championship. Of course, the Cup Series runs on Saturday nights, and who knows, you might see us pop into one of those broadcasts or something. So, but a big shout out to Davey. Appreciate him reaching out to me a couple months ago about doing this and all. But we go back to our sort of originally scheduled programming on Thursday nights. It's actually a series that has moved over from Friday nights to Thursday nights starting here at the beginning of August. So looking forward to covering that, and looking forward to seeing the success of USORL and also getting speech lessons, because apparently I don't know how to talk anymore. But hey, big shout out to Sable, big shout out to Hennessy and those guys who continue to run well, and everybody here has put on a great show here through the first 6 races of the season. And we will move on from there. Big shout out to the viewers as always. Big shout out to all the sponsors in the series, if there really is any. I know there's like a whole bunch of joking with the track titles and stuff. And for those who have not seen this, look at the schedule again. Look at the names of these races. This is all made up stuff, by the way. Which, I mean, let me correct myself. Some of the stuff is actual products, but they're not like the actual sponsors. Like El Grippo 100, that's interesting. What turned 4, 110 here at Pocono? Brad's Internet 150. There must be a joke behind that one. And then, what was this? They actually joked with me last week. We were talking about this at www.creamofwheat.com. I mean, who uses www still? Just put it out there. Anyways, but all right, enough rambling. We're going to get out of here. I'm going to check one more time. Did he show up? I do not see Alex, but Alex, if you watch the stream, congratulations on your P2. And obviously go celebrate that one. So you guys enjoy the rest of your Thursday evening. Be safe to each other. And we'll be back here in a couple weeks with another Thursday broadcast. And, of course, Sunday night, our next broadcast, which will be from the, hey, guess what? Legacy Atlanta Motor Speedway. We come right back here Sunday night. It should be a lot of fun. So always remember, this isn't just a game. It's iRacing. See ya!
Copyrighted broadcast will be reproduced, retransmitted, not the optimized Captain Esports Network. Captain would like to thank all of his loyal fans for continuing support of this podcast.
The following special presentation from the Captain Esports Network.